which is in the personal log, which you guys can read because names, blah. He's actually not on the ship. He's actually at a conference on another star base. So he has left the launching of the ship to Prax, essentially. So Prax is in charge of getting everything ready for launch. And we're actually going to start the scene with Prax in a communication with the captain.
Captain?
Commander Prax, how is my ship doing?
I believe the Starfleet Corps of Engineers have everything ready to go here for us. We can depart here probably within a few hours.
So there has been no delay then?
Unless engineering tells me otherwise, no. Most of the crew is arriving here shortly.
That's good to hear. I've been delayed at my security brief, so I won't be able to make it to the launch. So I think I'm going to go ahead and have you launch the ship, and I'll send you a set of coordinates, and you could pick me up on the way to DS9.
So our official orders is to head to DS9. Is that correct, Captain?
Yes, and I'll send you the coordinates once you are en route for a pickup whenever this briefing is done. In the meantime, though, why don't you test out the ship? Make sure it's up to my standards.
Understood, Captain.
And then he kind of looks, if there's nothing else, Commander, I do have to get back to this briefing. They won't give us a moment's time rest.
Understood. I believe there's nothing else. If circumstances changes, I will keep you informed.
Very good, Commander. And he cuts the transmission. All right. So at this point, I'll allow for pretty much free role play for the crew, whatever you guys want to do. Right at this moment, we're at Stardate 53900. So it is exactly 1 year after the end of the Dominion War. So on Earth, there are a bunch of end of war celebrations, parties going on, parades and all that stuff. So I'll allow you guys to really start wherever you want, role play whatever you guys want. The only one that would not be involved is would be Commander. Is that how do I say your name, Commander? Saru. Yeah, that would be the only one that is not actually here.
Okay, so we're aboard the ship then, right?
You guys could be on Earth. You could be on board the ship, wherever you guys want to be.
No, we can be anywhere. Okay, so we're not actually. Huh.
I think Commander made it seem like you guys were launching soon, so you could be on the ship. You could be on shore leave.
Sure. I will be there. Dai, the counselor, will be there. Did we work out whether or not she did medical stuff, or we have a chief medical officer already in the game?
We have a NPC chief medical officer,
okay,
actually
cool,
a supporting character.
Cool. Am I going to be a second officer as a counselor, or no? Or just a counselor? I know that was something that I mentioned.
Your rank is actually, technically, you are a second officer.
All right, cool. I'll take that up then. Yeah, I figure she has her BOE. She's done her brute officer's exam and all that crud. So then I as Dai will just get walk the ship, get to know a few people, get settled into my quarters and all that, and await the captain and commander because she'll probably want to see them sooner than later. And I'll let role playing find me. So she'll go. She's not going to go single out anybody in particular. She'll keep her quarters and wander the ship a little bit.
For me, since I'm engineering, I'm probably going to be on the ship, working on making sure that all the systems are in order for launch, and obviously trying to get ready to solve any problems that arise.
Casey, I'm gonna say, is on the ground on Earth. He spent the last few months on a Saber class starship, so when you're on a ship that small, you'll take any shore leave you can get.
Makes sense to me.
DeGrasse. DeGrasse is going to be on the ship at his post, digging into some files on really nerdy things like temporal mechanics and various things like that at the moment.
This is before we reach DS9, right?
You guys are still at Earth Space Dock.
Okay. I'll take in some holodeck time in their space dock then before I take off.
I think at this moment, Commander Prax will step onto the bridge from the captain's ready room. Kind of chime her comm badge. Lieutenant Omnox, or is it Omnox or Omox? I think it's Omox, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant Omox, what's the status of the ship's engines?
Warp drives look good. Everything is checking out on the systems for right now. We aren't seeing any issues, so I think we should be ready.
Understood. Thank you, Lieutenant. Lieutenant DeGrasse, have you calibrated the sensors yet?
Sir, I'm still in the process of calibrating sensors. We should hopefully have them completely calibrated and ready to go within the next hour. As I quickly close my temporal mechanics reading and switch back to calibrating the sensors.
Oh, good. Excellent. Has anyone seen the new chief of security? I was hoping he would have reported in by now.
Is this my cue?
Well, you're on Earth, so this is
Yeah,
more
that's
of
what
a,
I'm thinking.
this is more of a cue for a supporting character or someone that's on the bridge.
Sorry, Commander, we have not seen our security officer.
I see. Open the channel to Space Dock.
Channel open, sir.
Space Dock, has Lieutenant Casey report in yet at the Earth Station?
We show that he did report into the ship. We also have a transporter log that he beamed down to Earth.
Understood. Thank you, Space Dock.
And they close channel.
Computer, open a communication to Lieutenant Casey.
Channel
Lieutenant Casey, this is Commander Prax of the USS Monarch.
Lieutenant Casey, how can I help you, Commander?
Just so you're aware, I'm going to have to cut your shore leave short here. We are departing here within the next few hours.
The next few hours? I've got a lot of stuff to get. I'll be on board within the next 2 hours then, Commander, if that's all right.
Very well. Monarch out.
Roger. So Casey will get all his affairs in order then while he's on Earth.
Starbase just sold you out.
Starbase.
Very well. Ops, let me know when everyone has boarded the ship. I'll be in the captain's ready room going over our travel plans.
So, Ed, have we received general orders to be on the ship? To go and report?
I think that's what Prax is implying, yes.
Okay, cool. Then I'll go there straight away. And I will report to the bridge ASAP. Looking for the captain or whoever. He's actually there.
So the officer in charge will be Commander Prax.
Sweet. I probably no doubt learn that he's in his ready room. And then I'll make my way over to his ready room to kind of chime the door.
Where's my door chime? Did my door chime go away?
I believe it did.
I can make the noise for you.
Oh, well,
There you go.
Enter.
She comes in and she stands at attention, putting her arms behind her back. She is an hourglass figure. She's 5'5", little thing there, 120 pounds. She's young. She looks like she's 19 years old, but yet she's a commander. And the commander is in her dress uniform, the teal and the gray and the black. She is wearing a skirt and boots and stockings. And she stands there and she says, "Sir, reporting for duty." She says, "Web key, die."
Oh, glad to meet you, Counselor. I'm Commander Israel Prax. She extends her hand out.
She goes and she extends her hand to shake her hand. She has an incredibly soft hand. She has incredibly pale skin. She's pretty much a Snow White kind of girl. She shakes her hand.
So I was reading over some of your reports here, Counselor. You were on the Kismet for a while.
For a very short time. She's doing evaluations for Admiral Ludwig.
I see. I hope all good.
Yes, she says, me being there was to help them through a troubling time. They had lost their XO, and they had been through a stressful time, so I was there to help.
Yeah, I saw the report when I was working with Admiral Bullock's office. It's quite tragic on the turn of events that happened there.
She smiles and still stands there.
I'm assuming you have your quarters situated?
Yes, I do. She says I'm all in order. She says all of my things are here now, so if you want to utilize me in any way, however you want to use me, she says, I'll be here. She raises her very thick eyebrows and thinks for a second. Have you met the captain yet?
I have, actually. The captain I can't even say it. I made up the name. Zavos. I'm gonna cut out the th part. We go way back. I started with him aboard the Olympia just the start of the Dominion War for a brief bit. He's a good man, a little tough. Andorian, likes can be kind of cold at times.
Andorian captain.
And she kind of smiles a little bit. The comment, "You can be cold at times." Slight joke.
The aura that she kind of portrays is she looks more like a girl that probably should have went to like modeling school or something rather than actually into Starfleet. She seems too soft to be like, and too young for her position, but she's definitely an attractive young lady. Is there something that I can do for you, Commander?
Not at the moment, but you currently are the other most senior officer on board the ship, so for the time being, the captain won't be joining us until we reach Deep Space Nine, so you'll be acting first officer for a while.
Thank you, sir. She says,
I hope you're up for the challenge.
Certainly. She says, I actually filled in as acting XO aboard the Kismet for a few days, she says. Since they were short an officer. And provided the captain counsel.
Well, so you'll be my eyes and ears for a little bit until we reach Deep Space Nine and the captain is brought on board, unless other circumstances say otherwise.
Eyes and ears, she says, and I'll let you know the feeling and the pulse of the crew.
I would appreciate that.
Is he, what's she feeling like right now? Like, empathy-wise? My character's a Betazoid.
Nervous, yet also at the same time and she has a kind of dreaded, upset feeling in the back of her mind.
What did he say? He's nervous, or she's nervous, and...
She's nervous, but she has, there's other feelings behind there, but that she's pushing back.
She looks around the ready room. She says, quite an exciting time, she says, all of us being on Sovereign. Is this your first Sovereign commission?
This is my first Sovereign, but this is not my first posting, especially as executive officer.
Well, I'm sure the crew will be looking forward to your leadership, she says, and this exciting opportunity. She says, once again, I'd like to say it's a pleasure to meet you, she says, and if there isn't anything else, Commander, I could take a walk of the ship.
No, that is all. Just so you know, we'll be departing here within about 3 to 4 hours.
She nods her head. She waits to be dismissed, and then she will leave.
You're dismissed, Commander.
She'll go and she'll sit down on the captain's chair. Fold her legs over her, cross her legs there with her skirt on and kind of like fill out the chair a little bit, putting her arms on the armrests. Take a look around. How much of the crew is actually, as far as the bridge crew, is actually there?
Maybe 2 or 3 officers. The Gross is on the bridge, and then like a couple other like engineers probably.
Okay, so mostly fleet ops doing their thing before departure and all that stuff still.
Right.
She'll quickly get up and Now, this Sovereign, does it have 2 ready rooms? Does it have a ready room for the XO and a ready room for the captain?
No, just one. Prax is temporarily using it.
I will get up and I'll walk over to the back panel and I'll pull up have a seat back there and on the bridge and start pulling up profiles of the senior staff and take a look at people's profiles for the senior staff, their bios and stuff like that.
And you have no trouble finding all of those.
Cool.
All right. Is there any other RP people would like to do?
I'm good.
I'll be raising my hand a lot on that note, but only when we're in kind of stuff usually. So right now we're kind of getting started. So
Yep, no worries, because I think we'll go ahead and move on to the next scene. And this one is actually going to introduce Commander Saru. You're going to have to correct me probably about 9,000 times before I get that right.
That's all right.
Because I am horrible at names and even worse at pronunciations.
Just ignore the T, pretty much.
Yep. Saru. Okay. All right. So you are leading a team and you are in a position to raid a compound in the backwoods of Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Inside this compound, you have tracked several captured Starfleet personnel. About 6 personnel in total. With your small team are yourself and 3 other security personnel. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have Amax, DeGrasse, and Casey are going to play one of the security officers. So you guys can get some practice rolling some combat stuff.
Cool.
Is the idea. So at the top of the little what is this called? The journal, you'll see Starfleet security. All of you can just use that sheet for now.
Roger.
Yeah, it has everything you guys will need for this next.
Cool.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right, so if everyone's ready, Commander Saru, you have the floor.
Okay. She gathers her team together. What's the building like that they're being held in?
It's like a like maybe a wooden compound, like maybe like a wooden building. Kind of resembles a barn in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's smaller and it has like a typical door.
Okay. She looks to one of the security team that she's with, and she says, "We need a scan. I want to know how many people are in there." She kind of indicates the dude's tricorder.
All right, who would like to make the first official roll of the new campaign?
I'll give it a shot.
Okay, so on the Starfleet security sheet, I am going to give you. Normally, when I call for rolls, I will give you an attribute and a discipline, and all you would have to do is just select the word of the attribute and whatever discipline. So in this case, it's probably going to be reason security. So you would just select reason and then security. So they're highlighted. Yep, perfect. Yep. And then you see where it says task roll. You get the option to use 1 or 5 dice, however many you would need in the situation. A typical task roll is with 2 dice, but there is a way to use more by using momentum, borrowing threat, whatever.
Yeah, I read about that all today.
Yep. So in this situation, normally how I'll say a task roll is it'll be a reason security check difficulty 1, for example.
Right.
So what that means is that using those two attributes and disciplines, you need to get at least 1 success.
Okay. So where do I actually roll?
I didn't cover that, did I? So you see the little Starfleet icon that's kind of next to the task roll, but before the number 1. You just click that button. Oh, and look at that. 1 success. All right, and then generally what I do is if there's information to be had, I will normally send the information to you via a private message so that you can role play out that information.
Okay. Is that a roll 20? Oh, Discord.
Yep.
I see.
Yep, that should be coming to you.
Okay. Commander, there are 3 armed civilians guarding 6 Starfleet captains within the building.
Very good, she says. And she clasps her hands at the small of her back. She seems very unemotional. She says, "How many entrances and exits?"
Should I make this roll again, or?
We could give it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Let some people get some more practice.
I can make the next roll.
All right, so we'll go ahead and do a. This one will be an insight security check, and we'll make this also a difficulty 1.
Okay.
And you guys actually bank a momentum with that roll. Nicely done.
Sir, there are 2 entrances to the compound.
Very good. She will point at 2 of the people with her, and she says, "You and you take the back entrance. Myself and you," she says, pointing at the other security team member, "we will approach by the front. I want to assault this place simultaneously. We'll do it on my mark. My mark will be I'll double tap my com badge." Understand?
Of
Roger.
course.
Okay, we will make our way to the building.
All right, you guys have no trouble making your way to the building, and I would imagine you guys probably move into the positions by either door. And again, there's nobody outside the building, so you are able to do this relatively easily.
Okay, cool.
Are we doing phasers on stun, I assuming? Or are they like holograms?
We will be using on stun, yes. She kind of looks at the guy that she's with. She makes a hand sign to kick the door down when she taps her com badge. And then she does so. She flicks her com back twice and it makes that little... 2 of you guys can try and kick the doors in.
All right, give me one moment because apparently I forgot to make the sheet for these guys. So let me find one real.
Is myself and DeGrasse, are we in the back entrance?
Yeah, if you like.
Okay.
So I'm with the commander.
Yes.
All right, I got a sheet up. All right, so you guys breach the doors, and as soon as you guys do, you notice that there are 3 armed humans carrying Type 1 phasers that are kind of in like a triangle around the 6 captured Starfleet officers. All of the officers are various alien races, you know, like Vulcans. There's what are Abolian, you know, races like that.
Okay.
And it will be your team's first action.
So I can roll to do an action. Like should I save the action or do I? I don't. I'm not sure. Like roll to attack with the phaser.
Yep, that would be a good action. So, to attack with a phaser, you're gonna choose who you're attacking. In this case, I'll just kind of choose them for you because it's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
So it's going to be a control security roll, and the difficulty for the difficulty, it's going to be a difficulty of 2.
Okay, control security 2. And where do I see it when it pops up in the chat, but I just don't know where to go to initiate.
Oh, you're looking on the sheet, right? On that Starfleet security sheet.
Let's see. Starfleet security. Okay, yes, I do see that. The character sheet?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and open that up because that's the
Okay.
one you'll be using for this.
And then do I click? I guess click the button for task roll. Is that right?
Yeah, but first you want to make sure that you selected the right attributes and discipline.
Okay, so control security.
Yep. And then in this one also, you actually do have a relevant focus. You also have a focus in hand phases, which you are using a Type 2 phaser. So you see where it says focus used?
Yes.
You're going to select yes on that.
Okay.
And then if you're happy with the number of dice to roll, you would just go ahead and hit that little Starfleet icon.
Okay, and then for complication, it would be 2, correct?
Complication is always 1 unless I say otherwise.
Okay.
So the complication range is separate from difficulty.
Okay. All right, and then range is 2, and then so I just now click task roll.
Yep, just the little Starfleet icon that's
Okay.
just to the right of task. The one just above that one, though.
Okay. That one next to for where it says range.
So I think you rolled the 1 for challenge dice. You need to roll the 1 for task roll.
Okay, weird. I think my sheet's a little off because it it shows a button for range and a button for task roll. Weird.
It's shifted up a bit, yeah.
Yep, there you go. So that is a hit. So now you would roll for damage. Now, if you scroll down to weapons, you will see a unarmed strike and a phaser type 2.
Yes.
And then you'll see the little Starfleet icon for that, for whatever weapon you're using. So you're using the phaser type 2, so you'll just hit the Starfleet icon that's just to the right. Yep, just like that.
Okay.
6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you actually did 8 damage. So the armed guard that you targeted has fallen to the floor stunned and is out of the fight.
Excellent.
Nice.
So now you guys can either spend momentum to try to regain the or try to keep the initiative. Otherwise, it will pass to the opponent.
I'm going to suggest we do that. We maintain the initiative.
I'll do whatever is best. I don't really know what's good in this situation.
Yep, that's why I have Saru leading this charge, because they would know best.
Yeah, we'll maintain the initiative, and someone else can take a shot.
I believe that's 1 momentum, or is that 2?
2 momentum.
All right, I think you guys only have 1 at the moment, however.
Yes, so we do.
Correct.
So it will pass to them, and one of the guards are going to try to fire their phaser at one of the red shirts. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 threat here to buy a 3rd dice. It would help if it would roll the right things, huh? Interesting. I don't really want to make a new sheet for that. All right, there you go. So that will be a hit. And for one of you guys, you're going to take 3 stress damage. So it's not enough to really hurt you, but again, doesn't matter who. And then the turn will actually pass to you guys again. So somebody that did not act can go ahead and act now.
I didn't act yet. I guess I'll just fire my phaser at them. Try and stun them.
All right, so you got 2 left.
Okay. Wait, so that stress, do I put it on like my own character sheet or?
Just use the red shirt sheet.
All right.
It doesn't really matter because I don't see anyone actually like dying or getting hurt or anything.
All right. And then, so the firing phaser task would be daring and security?
Control or security.
Okay.
Daring and security is used for an unarmed strike.
Ah, I see. And then I have the hand phasers. Okay, so
yeah, you'll go ahead and bank a momentum out of that because so you guys see how it was a number 2 there. That means that he had a critical success.
okay.
So he actually rolled a 4, which is equal to a security skill. So with the focus, it kind of increased his critical hit range, which is why he got more successes. So yes, that is a hit, and you may roll weapon damage.
Okay. So how do I roll weapon damage?
Just roll the sheet down until you see weapons.
Ah.
And then you'll see phaser type 2, and then there's just a nice little Starfleet icon that you push. Yeah, that's a
Nice.
lot of 2s. So that is 2 of the guards. And I think at this point, the 3rd guard is actually going to drop his weapons and surrender.
Nice.
Casey's a dead eye with his phaser.
So you guys kind of got the grasp of combat.
Yeah, I think I've got the gist of it.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyone else want to roll for funsies?
My security guy will attempt an unarmed strike against the guy who just surrendered.
Sure.
Put his weapon down and just clock him in the chin. So control
All right,
security.
So for unarmed strike, and it's kind of good we're doing this because this helps you guys see something else. So for unarmed strike, it's actually going to be daring security,
Okay.
and then like melee strikes are actually opposed checks. So your goal is to score more successes than the other person.
Okay. And so if it's an equal number of successes, the defender wins? Or
Well, it's a tie, and then I could do some fun things now.
okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll just roll 2 dice and
Okay. And so that's 2 successes. So then I roll for the other guy. And he has no successes. So you would win that exchange. And then you get to roll your melee damage. Your unarmed.
Okay.
All right. So you didn't get enough to injure him, but you did get a what the hell is that called? Why am I blanking on names? You did get an effect. So the effect actually gave your attack the knockdown effect. So your hit with your fist knocked down the third, and he is lying prone on the ground.
And do we have enough momentum to expend for extra damage?
You could if you wish.
Sure.
All right, so you spend
Finish
one.
him.
So you spend 1 momentum, and you knock him out with that attack. As you
Nice.
knock him to the.
Thanks, Prax.
Pow.
Nicely done, everybody.
Just
Thank
like
you.
the simulations.
All right, so it is the 4 of you, the 3 security guards and Commander Saru inside the compound. You got the 3 knocked out guards and the 6 captives that are kind of kneeling on the ground with their hands tied behind their back. And then just inside the compound, there's like a few tables, some chairs, some furniture, a few shelves, just various pieces of furniture inside.
The commander points at 2 of them and says, the doors, and she indicates to guard the doors coming in and out. She points at the other dude and says, check them, and points at the
I'll check the hostages. So let's see here. What would I roll to check the hostages?
So the hostages are, conscious. They really just need to be untied.
Oh.
So it's so it's just you go up and just untie them basically. For the most part, they seem uninjured. They're a little shaken from the experience, but physically.
Can I roll to loot like the area, like to look around the area and just see if there's anything worth of value?
Who or what are you checking?
You mentioned just the surrounding area. Just if there's any like cabinets or anything to check around the area.
All right. Give me an insight security roll. I am going to make this a difficulty 3 check.
Okay. And what do I need to do anything for that difficulty?
So generally no, but with higher difficulty, you might want to use some of the ways to gain advantage, either spending momentum for extra dice, giving me more threat for extra dice to try to increase your odds of success.
All right, I'll do all three, I guess. So do I just select in the momentum bar just all three then?
Yep, and then you would move your
Okay.
task roll from 2 to 4. So that means you are rolling 4 dice.
Okay. And then I just do, okay. And then just go ahead and roll.
Yep. Crushed it. Look at that.
Nice.
All right, so as you're kind of looking around the room, on one of the guards, you kind of notice a data pad that kind of fell out of out of a pocket, so to speak.
Okay. Well, we definitely got to pick that up and check it out. So what do I do for that?
All right, so you pick up the pad and you notice that it is encrypted and will need to be cracked or hacked into, basically. So this is going to be control security difficulty 2 to crack the pad.
Control, security. All right, and then do I remove the momentum now, or do I leave that, or just leave it as 1? Okay, so 1, and then okay, and then so control, security, 1 momentum, and then that's it, right? I just go ahead and roll.
So right
Or
now,
do I change do I change the number of dice?
The typical task roll is always 2 dice.
Okay.
So after you roll, kind of default back to that.
Okay.
But if you wanted to spend momentum or spend threat to add another dice or more dice, you could.
Okay, so I'll spend 1 momentum and I'll do 3 dice on there, and then I'll go ahead and roll. Okay.
All right. All right, who made that roll so I send this to the right person?
It was Omox. Olinra Omox.
And you should have got the message in roll 20 so you can role play it out.
Okay. Where do I find that at? I'm sorry.
So on Discord, sorry, did I say roll 20? I meant Discord.
Sorry.
On Discord, I sent you a personal message.
Got it. Okay. Cool. Let me read it here real quick. Okay.
And then just so you guys kind of
Excellent.
get used to me doing that, I'm actually going to send this to everybody.
Cool. Okay, so basically we hack the data pad, and what we find is that there are notes that basically there's going to be a target passing by a set of coordinates. So it sounds like it sounds like a pirate attack. It sounds like some kind of like they're going to attack some target or something at some set of coordinates. So I believe that we could potentially we need to at least report that up or do something to prepare for maybe intercepting that or helping someone, I would imagine.
Okay. All right, the commander will get the hostages out of the building, and then she will check to see if there are any admiralty, any captains who are in that area where it's indicated on the coordinates and time to see who's traveling there.
So the coordinates are set, are their coordinates in space, and there's no one set to go to those coordinates.
She looks to her security officer. She says, "Let's get these people." She says, and she looks at the people they've stunned. Let's get them bound so that they can't get up to anything should they wake. Did we find anything else on them? She says, and she sort of looks to the rest to see if anyone wants to search them, to see if there's any IDs or any kind of stuff on them.
All right. So just as you asked that, a communication cuts into all the communications on Earth and in orbit of Earth. So this is happening. This is being received on the ship too, as well as the group in the compound. Today, Terrans celebrate the end of a war where tens of millions of our sons and daughters died to preserve the lives of aliens too weak to protect themselves. No more should we send our children off to die for others. We must take care of our own and cast out those who are not human. It is time that Earth rejects the Federation Charter. It is time we take care of our own, and we will see that it happens. And the transmission cuts out.
She raises an eyebrow at that.
And with that, we will go back to the ship.
Now, did that go across all Federation, like all the ships in the
Just-
area?
Just in orbit of Earth and
So did we get that on the ship?
yes.
Yeah. So Prax immediately heads to the bridge. Lieutenant DeGrasse, where did that transmission come from?
One moment, sir. DeGrasse is going to attempt to trace the transmission.
All right. Roll me. What do I want you to roll for that? Let's go controller reason, and I will make this a difficulty 2 test.
Okay.
And we are in scene 3, by the way.
Darn.
So you guys, so you guys are out of moment.
Okay. Would a focus in either computers or sensor operations potentially apply?
Sensor operations would be fine.
Awesome.
And then I'm going to spend 2 threat to add a complication to make the complication range 2 for your roll.
Okay. And I'll actually give you a threat for a 3rd die.
Wow, you get 2 momentum out of that.
Nice.
And then this was DeGrasse, right?
Good roll, man.
Yes.
Way to stick it to the GM, yo. Nah, I'm just joking. I'm just joking, Ed. I'm just joking.
Uh-oh, he's quiet.
He did.
Counselor spontaneously beamed off the ship.
Sorry, I was typing.
Oh, no, I'm just playing. Sir, I'm having trouble triangulating the signal. but I can narrow it down to the planet's surface.
Oh, your ship didn't do anything funny like make difficulty go down or anything like that.
Oh, we have advanced sensors, but I don't think that applies.
Yeah, you're technically still in the space station.
Question is, though, did this ship get an assist from that? Or for that?
That's what I was asking. I think we'll say no. We'll say you tried to piggyback off the space station's sensors.
Ops, get me in touch with Starfleet Command. Or better yet, has there been any or declaration from Starfleet Command on the origin of this message?
Officially, they are trying to track it now.
Lieutenant, pass on all sensor data to Starfleet Command. Hopefully that will assist them with their search.
You got it, sir. DeGrasse transmits any information.
And they acknowledge receipt.
I want the Tabsercom badge. Commander Dai, please report to the bridge.
She turns around in her chair and she's like, "I'm right here." She goes. She looks over and stands up.
My bad.
It's all good.
Commander, put the ship on yellow alert. Inform Lieutenant Cassie that he needs to board the vessel right away.
How long has the time been? Is it within like his normal? Was it after like a couple hours or?
Yeah, we could probably say it's been the couple of hours in that you're en route to the ship.
All right, I'll be on the shuttle then.
All right, I'll see those orders done. I'll tell him, bring us to yellow alert. She will push the button to make the little yellow button to go to alert.
And the ship responds, showing yellow alert. Shields did not raise though because you are still in the space dock.
We're at yellow alert,
Right.
she says.
I just wanted the ship to be like on caution alert.
Shall I
Security
inform?
reasons.
She says space dock. She says that we're no longer in docking mode, sir.
I just wanted to raise the level of security on the vessel, on the ship, just in case there are any terrorist activity. But until space dock informs otherwise, we are to remain docked.
She will find out the whereabouts of that particular officer that's going to join them. I think it's Cassie, right? It's hard to find the names because I had to find them in Discord because they're not in. Cassie, right?
Casey, yeah.
Casey, sorry. Sorry, I just couldn't find them in
Yeah, no
Ultra.
worries.
Anyways, yeah, she will make sure Casey gets aboard. She will try to find out and locate where exactly he is, and she will go to the transporter pad or wherever it is that she will see him onto the vessel. Literally, be waiting there for him. Make sure he gets aboard.
Yep, we could probably fast forward you guys if no one else wants to do anything in this time. We could probably fast forward you to the why am I brain farting names today? To the like the docking ring, the docking clamps, whatever.
Sure. The disembarking of the ship.
Yeah, well, he took a shuttle to the space station and then is probably walking from the station to the ship.
Okay, so
via
yeah,
the
one of those
docking
little
port.
tunnel ways or whatever they have.
Yep.
She'll meet him in that
Cool.
to make sure he gets on the ship. Are we jumping to that scene or just jumping to that or no?
If anyone wants to do anything before that, if not, we could go straight there.
Okay, I will wait for him on the ship side of that corridor, not like at the end of the corridor in the front of it, or in the corridor itself.
All right, and Lieutenant Casey, you have your belongings in tow, I would imagine, and
Yeah.
you see a full commander dressed in a blue uniform, waiting for you.
Hello, Commander. Lieutenant Casey, reporting in. Sorry about the delay. I wasn't aware that we would be disembarking so soon.
No apologies necessary, Lieutenant. She says I just wanted to see that you were on the ship and came to greet you.
Thank you very much, Commander. We got this strange message on the shuttle on the way, and I see we're at yellow alert. Are we taking any other precautions?
She says the commander's handling that. She says she hits her little comm badge. And she says, "Die to Commander Prax." She says, "I have Casey. He's boarding now."
Good. As soon as he's settled in, I want a full senior staff briefing. Once everyone is settled.
I'll put a message out to the entire senior staff to meet in conference room B. A, whatever is behind behind the bridge.
The
She'll-
observation lounge.
Yeah, we'll
what I
meet in
was
the
thinking.
arboreum, the swimming pool. Now she gets her comm badge and she turns to the lieutenant. Do you need help with any of your things, Lieutenant?
No, Commander. I should be all right, but I had better get going if I want to make the meeting.
What does he look like?
He's I have a description here on Roll20. Okay, 6 feet tall, 170 pounds, brown hair and blue eyes. That's all I really have of a physical description.
Is he a big guy, like hockey player size? I mean, or is he like just the average build?
He's just a regular guy. That's my whole goal with this character, was to just make a regular guy.
Okay, cool. My character is not. She is a stupid hottie. I'm definitely going the route of 7 of 9 with this character. And she looks a little bit young for her position. She looks like she's 19 years old.
Arno is 30 and looks 30.
Okay, cool.
That's my best physical description I have at this moment.
She says, you probably haven't been assigned quarters yet. She looks over.
That's a good point. Where am I heading?
She stops at the wall panel. She does a little deet, 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 deet. She looks at the wall panel to see where he's located and finds where his quarters are located.
So I'll head there immediately, Commander, and I'll be at the meeting.
Sure, see you at the meeting. She says, it was very nice meeting you. She says, Lieutenant Casey.
Pleasure to meet you as well, Commander.
Commander Daae, she says.
Dai, thank you.
Webkey.
Casey has rough fist-fighting hands. As all good security chiefs do.
Okay. She'll look down at your hand for a moment. And then she'll let go of his hand. Smile at him, and then she'll walk away. She'll get a pad. She'll quickly set up a meeting for the conference room to let senior staff know. She's going to give them a little bit of time, probably like, you didn't say exactly how long. I'm going to say 10 minutes. And I'll let the commander know that I put them to arrive in 10 minutes for a briefing and conference room meeting. So I'll let the commander know that.
All right. 10 minutes later, we will adjourn to the. And in the conference room are all of the senior staff.
Thank you for everyone coming today. I'm sure all of you heard that message, disturbing message that we got earlier. Lieutenant DeGrasse, could you fill in the rest of the senior staff on your findings?
Of course, sir. We were able to triangulate the source of the message, but unfortunately, the source of the message that we were able to triangulate was pretty much the surface of Earth. So unfortunately, we weren't able to narrow it down to any one particular location, but we've sent what information we have to Starfleet operations.
Thank you, Lieutenant. I have placed this ship on yellow alert. Obviously, this is a terrorist act. We don't know the fallout as of yet. That future acts of either sabotage against the Federation, whether it be here at the space dock on board the ship or otherwise on Earth itself and various locations across the Federation.
Commander, she says that we take in... Oh, she stops.
I like a situation report from all department heads on the readiness of this vessel.
And there's a little anxiety from the crew, she says, to tell you from a counseling standpoint. Commander, are we doing anything to secure the captain's whereabouts and to ensure that he's safe?
He was in a briefing with Starfleet, so I believe Starfleet security is taking care of that. I have not yet received a message from him as of yet.
Standby practice. As I mess up and have to retype it. There we go. I forgot to send that to you earlier.
Currently, the captain. I'm gonna work on a couple things. Currently, the captain is in a shuttle en route to Deep Space Nine. Our orders are to rendezvous at Deep Space Nine, but I do want a full situation report on all the ships, or from all the department heads on the ship. I would like to depart as soon as possible. This news is troubling, and I do fear that there could be a potential terrorist attack against some of the core worlds, if not some of our outer outposts.
With the maiden voyage of our ship, she says, are we considered a target, sir?
There has not been a report that's come across on my desk that would indicate that we are. It could be any number of Starfleet vessels currently at dry dock or even under construction.
I know
I'm sure
that
there are other high priority other targets in the area as well.
I know that Lieutenant Casey just arrived, with permission to ask Lieutenant Casey to do what he does, she says, in security to ensure that the ship is safe. She looks over at Casey.
Well, considering I've just arrived, I have not had a chance to perform any readiness reports on this ship, but as soon as this meeting is over, Commander, I intend to get right to it and brief all of my junior staff and make sure that this ship is ready for any potential combat situation.
Permission to assist him, Commander. She looks over at the Commander.
Granted, I would like the security of the vessel before we depart. We do need a rendezvous with the captain as soon as possible. Lieutenant Amax, is the warp systems ready?
Yes, all engineering systems are ready, and we've taken another quick look review with regard to security protocols on the engineering systems after we received that message. However, we welcome Casey and Day to come and help us review the security as well.
And Lieutenant DeGrasse, was the sensor calibration completed?
Yes, sir. They're as right as rain. We should be good to go on sensors.
Very well. If there's anything else, if not, you're all dismissed.
I'll join you in a moment, Lieutenant Casey.
I understood.
She walks over to the Commander.
Counselor?
Commander, she says. I'm gonna try to put my empathetic ability out there to see if there's any discrepancies amongst the crew. And I'll assist Casey. She says, thank you for the assignment. She kind of turns to walk away.
Thank you, Counselor.
Okay. She will go out the door to join Casey. Can I make a roll or anything to kind of like do a roll empathy-wise to see if there's any terrorists on board? I don't know, people that might be thinking things, malicious thoughts, or people that are just kind of out of the ordinary. I mean, I know that's probably hard to pick out on the ship, but, it's the same.
Give me insight. Would that be medicine, probably? We'll go difficulty 3.
Side difficulty 3. We don't have any momentum, right?
Got 2.
We got 2. Can I spend one, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Okay, there we go. I'm going to use my psychology or sensing, contacting focuses, or one of those, I guess. I guess should do it. And I'll roll. That's an insight. Boom.
All right.
Just want to reach out to the rest of the crew, feel if there's anything that's out of the ordinary. I mean, I've been on ships before, and the normal anxieties are all there, but I want to reach out beyond that to see if there's anything malicious or anything out there that could be alarming to me as a counselor. And cool.
And then I did send you a message.
Sure. And I go and I join Casey and I assist him. Whatever the lieutenant needs, I try to help him and meet his needs.
All right. All right. So what's everyone doing?
I'd imagine Casey. I don't know if in the supporting characters if they're supposed to be like sort of a head of like a more junior sort of head of security, like an assistant. But I assume I'd be talking to them and explaining the situation to them.
Yeah, so since you're head of security, you get the advantage of the security team while on the ship. So you get to use that in various situations that could potentially gain you an advantage.
Okay.
Right, because you're the tactical / head security guy, correct?
Yep.
And I'm not going to interfere with anything he does. I'm going to just actively listen and try to assist him in whatever he needs. I'm not going to try to micromanage as a commander or anything like that. It's just about what he needs. Can I roll like a presence command roll to just kind of instill that in him that I'm the type of commander that isn't somebody that's going to micromanage him and stuff like that?
If needed. I think role playing that is perfectly okay.
Okay. Sweet. She does that. Unless you want to role play a scene out. I'm cool with that too.
I'm fine with whatever.
Feel free to role play. I mean, that's why we're here.
I let him know that perhaps we would. Do you think it would be a good idea to up the security? She says on the docking hallway.
That is a good point, Commander. I'll let one of my officers know that we need to post a guard there. But seeing as I could imagine there's more better targets on Earth space dock than our ship, but I do believe it is a wise precaution regardless. Have we received any notification from Starfleet security as to what precautions the fleet as a whole will be taking?
Nothing thus far. She says, but I can talk to the commander for you and see if I can get that information for you.
That would be very useful. I haven't received any word from Starfleet security yet.
Is this your first posting?
No, this is my third ship posting and fourth posting since joining Starfleet.
First as the head of security.
I was head of security of the USS Ibex before, a Sabre-class starship.
She smiles at him. Well, she says, I'll get to that information. I'll get that information for you. She says, I'll be back. She will go see the captain, or the commander, to try to find out if there's anything new.
Looking at our supporting characters, I see we have a petty officer of security. I'll talk to the security petty officer. See if we can get some additional security precautions arranged and maybe some battle drills.
Cool. Yep, however you want to use and abuse your security detail is entirely your choice.
Sweet, I'll go bug the commander. I cruise up there, see how he's see if there's anything new. Keep my ear open, and then wait for an opportune moment to ask him, is there anything new from fleet as far as
Cool.
orders?
Cool. You'll arrive at the captain's ready room.
She'll stand at attention, coming inside.
Counselor, do you need something?
I was just seeing if there was any new news from the fleet, she says, as far as orders.
No, there is no new news. Other than they can't find any potential threats at the moment. The fleet as large, though, is maintaining a yellow alert status, at least around Earth and the surrounding sectors. But we are to continue as ordered.
To meet with the captain
So
at
the
Deep
goal-
Space Nine?
We're going to be rendezvousing with this shuttle at a set of corners nearby.
Are we already on our way? Or, are we already, warping it?
No, we haven't departed yet. How is Lieutenant Casey's security review of the ship going?
It's going well. He's gotten right to work, making sure that the ship is safe. We're also posting extra security at the docking hallways. It's a little laxed when a new ship's being inaugurated. People coming in. She says people coming and going. She says we want to make sure we know who's coming and going aboard the ship until we disembark. Any idea when we're going to disembark, sir?
Hopefully within the hour. As soon as I get that report from Lieutenant Casey, we'll be departing space dock.
Okay, she says, of course, Commander, if there's anything you need of me, she says, it would be my pleasure to help you.
Just continue assisting unless you want to come me to sickbay. I was going to check on the doctor, make sure she has everything.
I'll go with you to sickbay. She smiles, as if she's eager to get involved and be a part of it all. He doesn't have to ask her twice. She's chipper. She's like, let's go, let's do it. We can do this. So she'll join him. She will badge what's his name and said that there's nothing new. She'll just let him know there's nothing new along the way.
And Prax will make her way towards sickbay.
All right. So while they're heading down, does anybody else want to do anything on the ship while you guys have the opportunity?
DeGrasse is going to return to his post and actually finish calibrating the sensors this time. So,
No Mox
who's
is
on
in
the-
engineering.
Cool. Who's on the bridge right now?
You and probably a lot of the the bridge officers are starting to make their way to the bridge as you guys are getting closer and closer to your launch time.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so DeGrasse will finish calibrating the sensors and just
Cool.
finish that out.
Go ahead and roll me a control science or engineering. Probably control engineering now that I think about it. Let's make this a difficulty.
Okay. Does my focus in sensor operations apply?
Yes.
Cool.
I'll be right back.
All right. You are able to calibrate the sensors, and the tests you run on them show that they are accurate, are functioning normally and accurate. And you guys are up to 2 momentum.
Fantastic.
All right. Anyone else want to do anything before we cut back to Commander and the council? All right. To sickbay we go. And as you guys walk into sickbay, you see the medical personnel, stocking, taking stock and inventory of all their medical items, running a procedure here or there on some of the crew, doing their physicals and getting medical records put into the computer of some of the newer crew members. The typical sickbay hustle and bustle.
Dr. Anderson, do you have a moment of your time? Or can I have a moment of your time?
Sure, Commander. Let's go to my office, and she'll lead you to your office. Right, it's a she?
Yes, Dr. Amelia Anderson.
Cool. Yep, she leads you to her office. What can I do for you, Commander?
Actually, I just wanted to make sure you have everything you need before we depart.
Yes. We are just stocking up we're just inventorying our stores now. It looks like we were given everything that I requested. So we should be ready to go here. Should the need.
Excellent. I don't know if you've met the counselor here, Doctor. Commander Dai, Lieutenant Amelia Anderson.
How are you doing, Consulate?
I'm doing well. This is Amelia. My name's Webkey. Webkey Dae. It's a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure's all mine. Look forward with working with you.
Certainly, she says. She looks over at the commander.
Well, Doctor, if there's anything else, I'm going to make some rounds around the ship. Other than that, I'll be on the bridge. Just let me know if you need anything.
You don't have to worry about that, Commander. If I need something, you'll be the first one to know.
Thank you, Doctor. At that point, she's going to head to engineering.
You're walking down there, she says, "Look at us, we're making the rounds." It's like a captain in an XO, she says. Except not.
And you guys make your way
It's
to
tricky to be.
engineering.
I didn't strike
as you guys
you
are talking
as the
about.
humorous type.
Working on it, she says. Sense of humor is a little tough to develop. A ship. She looks around.
Let's see. She enters engineering. She's going to stand and look where Lieutenant Omnox is at. Omnox.
And Omox is at the chief engineering station, and walks up and introduces himself and says, "Hello. How can I help you?"
Wanted to make sure that all your supplies have been delivered properly, and the ship is ready to depart.
Yes, so far we haven't seen any issues with our supplies, and all the systems are still ready. And I can, should I roll to do like a confirmation test or something like that I've confirmed the sensors?
Sure, we can have you roll some dice if you want. You're rolling to just double check all of ship's systems.
Yeah, I mean, my assumption there would be that I'm confirming what DeGrasse has found, because I mean, had that check not gone as well, then I would have probably already had done this at that point. But I'm thinking maybe I should do like another confirmation check for that. I don't know.
Cool. Go ahead and roll me reason or insight with your engineering, whichever's higher. We'll go ahead and make this a difficulty. Yeah, we'll make it a difficulty. You're really just looking at your computer screen.
Okay, and so then for that, I just check reason, engineering, and then go ahead and roll. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. You guys will bank another momentum, and all of the ship systems that you're double checking are reading as ready to go.
Excellent. So I report that confirmation back that indeed we've run another check and confirmed DeGrasse's findings as well. From an engineering perspective, everything looks like it's ready to go.
Excellent,
Ask-
Lieutenant.
Can I ask his name again? What was it again? The
Olinra Omox?
Lieutenant Relumax, she says.
It's Lieutenant Olinra Omox.
She nods her head. Thank you, she says.
Sure.
Prax kind of raises an eyebrow. I was like, surprised you're not familiar with, considering you both come from Beta Z.
Oh, I wasn't raised on Beta's Edge. She says, I grew up on Starbase 82, she says.
Oh.
I'm a Starbase baby, she says.
I'm from Earth as well.
And after my parents died, she says, I was raised by friends of the family, she says, so I was brought up in many of Earth's cultures. Particularly, she's the Bavarian culture. Beer, dirndls, Oktoberfest, that sort of stuff.
My apologies, then.
Oh, no need to apologize. She says, I'm afraid I don't know too much about my own race's heritage. He's Betazoid then, right?
Yeah, from Earth, so I'm kind of in the same boat. I don't know much about my culture as well.
Cool, fellow Betazoid.
Beer.
May I inquire to whether or not, she says, you're an empath or a telepath?
Telepath.
Ah. Well, if you would like to speak with me telepathically, you're welcome to do so on any occasion. She says, I'm very open to that.
Thank you.
She looks at Brax.
Well, with that, sounds like we can depart here soon. I just want to confirm with our chief of security, make sure there's no unforeseen developments.
Looks like the lieutenant has everything in hand, I guess.
Yeah, I assume I'd be back on the bridge at this point, having completed talking to all of my junior staff.
Well, Lieutenant Omox, if you need anything, just let us know.
Excellent. Thank you both.
And Prax is going to head back to the bridge.
She exits out the door after the door closes. She says, it's Omox, right? That's his name, Omox?
I'm terrible with names, too, so we'll get it right eventually.
Right, of course.
And Prax kind of cringes a little bit.
So, I know very little about you, she says, as she walks down the hallway.
If you must know, I am a joined Trill.
I don't have a lot of experience at Trill, she says. Other than you're a complex race, emotionally.
Indeed, we are. She just
So,
kind of smiles as she continues to walks.
you've lived a few lifetimes, she says, I take it?
More than that, I'm on. This is the. If you want to get technical about it, this is the 6th host.
She will smile pleasantly, and she will carouse with her, and just talk with her casually as they make their way back up to wherever they're going.
So you grew up on a starbase, counselor?
Uh-huh. Yes. I did, she says. I was born on the Belmont, actually. USS Belmont. And then my father, who was a tactical hologram programmer in Starfleet, retired, and we stayed on Starbase 82 while my mother finished out her commission. He went to join her, and I joined Starfleet, and then they were at the Battle of Wharf 359. And ever since I've been raised by friends of the family, she says. My father's best friend, she says, on Starbase 82. He's a thespian. He runs a hollow suite / theater. That's how they met. Ammon, my foster father, he runs the theater there. She's on Starbase 82, and my father was into holodeck programming, rather, as far as his job was concerned, and that kind of linked the two of them, and they met through that. I served for a few years as counselor at Starbase 82, actually, and then a little brief stint as head of operations. Since I knew the base so well, they let me be the head of operations temporarily, she says. And then after that, I became the head of international relations there, and which brings me to this post as the head counselor.
Well, I, for one, am glad to have you on board.
I am anxious to see space and everything that it has to offer. I've literally only seen Earth and Ryza. And Ryza wasn't a very good experience, so... Fast ships and strange new worlds, Commander. That's what I'm here for.
I'm utterly shocked that you didn't have a good time with your experience on Ryza. I always find it quite pleasurable.
I was nearly raped, she says. She looks down the hallway.
That's quite shocking. Usually they have better security.
Oh, I apologize if I'm being a little bit too honest. She says, no, a man was forcing himself upon me. I was only 16 at the time. And, a woman, a trill, actually, a friend, she protected me. She says in the incident, and she ended up spending the rest of my time that I was with my family over at Ryza. She says. So it was a very strange experience. It's 16-year-old, she says, being at Ryza, it's not really our element. It's like, I don't know if you're familiar with Earth Vegas, she says, Las Vegas? The city of sin? Anyways, I don't think it's a real big environment for young people, especially me. I was a lot younger, a little bit, growing up in a starbase. I didn't meet a lot of people, so yeah, starbase girl. And you, she says, where did you?
I grew up on my homeworld on Trill. Though I don't think my parents approve of me. For the most part, actually, did not approve of me being joined, as well as they didn't really care so much for me joining Starfleet. But like you, I was a pilot, and I have a thrill for exploration. Very curious. I love to see what's out there.
Well, you can feel free to, it would be nice to have a friend in you, she says in the crew. She says, a fellow woman, a mentor. Maybe you could teach me some things, she says. About command, the command track, she says, I've been interested in it recently. Admiral Reynolds, my mentor at Starfleet Medical, has inspired me, she says. He inspired me to take my BOE, my Bridge Officer exam, and to get into command or to switch to command. But any advice that you can offer on our mission, she says, would be greatly appreciated. As well as a friendship.
I would welcome that. Be
Right. Okay, she says. She will continue to follow to the bridge or wherever they're going.
as soon as they got on the bridge, I'm assuming it's just probably just little chit chat here and there as they're heading towards to the bridge.
Yep, we'll go ahead and throw you on the bridge now.
Lieutenant Casey, what's the status of or report your status on the security teams.
Well, Captain, functionally the ship is ready. All tactical systems are calibrated and good to go at any time, but I would be lying if I said that the security team isn't green. They haven't really had the experience yet. Many of the officers, this is their first posting. I wish I could tell you that we'd have time to prepare them, but we all know that we are departing soon, and I'm going to try my best to prepare them on the way.
I'm sure there's several tactical drills you can run all along the way.
Yes, Captain. I meant to ask, Commander, rather. I meant to ask if we could run some battle drills along the way. I think it would help greatly with the readiness of our tactical and security departments.
I believe along our course there's a certain system that where we can stop by and test the tactical systems of the ship. I believe we'll be able to get you and your teams familiarized with the ship's weaponry.
Sounds very good to me, Commander. Thank you.
Ops, can you please update the space stock on our status and that we are ready to depart?
So, Commander, she glances over and she kind of leans close to him. Is there a third chair for a counselor there, or is it just 2 chairs?
I think
or 1 chair?
There's 3 chairs.
Sweet. She will lean over towards her.
Yeah, I'd imagine the bridge would be big enough.
She'll lean over towards her and kind of leaning close. She says, "So, are you going to give a rousing speech?" She says, "Commander." Seems the captain has missed this opportunity.
I suppose so. Ops, did we get clearance to depart yet? That was kind of cue from an NPC that's currently at operations, that's handling communications.
Oh, DeGrasse is not at ops?
He's the science officer, so...
Oh, I sent it to him, sorry.
Well, I'll roleplay random NPC. Starbase acknowledges all systems ready and that we're clear to depart, sir.
Thank you. Shipwide, please.
Dai will look over at her and smile.
And you get the telltale little whistle indicating communication to the.
This is Commander Azrael Prax. I know the recent message that came through the comm system is rather unsettling. But we have a job to do. We're going to do our job to the best of our abilities. I know many of you are new aboard this vessel, and I would first and foremost like to welcome you all aboard.
Dai smiles further.
Our mission is simple. We are to rendezvous with the captain and pick him up while then heading towards Deep Space Nine, where we'll receive further orders. Along the way, we will undergo various stress tests of the systems of this vessel. I expect all of you to do your very best.
Dai will nod her head at her like you're doing well.
Quick question. Did we pick up the other commander from Earth? Or is that like another...
Just leave her there.
Yeah. Or is that like another storyline going on?
She's fine. She's in Idaho or Montana or wherever the heck.
think it was Arizona.
That is another storyline.
I nod my head at
Sorry.
Prax like she's doing well.
I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought, so just give me a sec.
Is she nervous, by the way?
Sorry about that.
No, I'm nervous as a player because I'm not used to long-winded speeches like Reddit is.
Hey, you could tell your counselor to do a speech if you wanted to. It's up to you, man.
Or you could be the short and sweet captain.
Exactly.
Channel your inner Picard.
Or you could do a roll, right, and then like get a complication in the roll, and then everybody will remember he's that guy or that gal that messed up the speech.
I look forward to all serving with you. Prax out.
Short and sweet, she says.
Open hailing frequency to space dock.
Channel open.
Earth space dock. This is the USS Monarch. We are ready to depart.
USS Monarch, you are clear to depart.
Who's that con?
Can I ask a quick question? Is this the maiden voyage of the ship?
Tis.
So there probably are people with like champagne sitting in somewhere inside the starbase saying, "Oh yeah, we made that ship and stuff," and people watching, and it's probably televised, and there's probably kids that have like little crayon drawings of the ship, and oh, it's the Monarch, right? My dad works on the Monarch. That's going on like on the base, and I'm gathering.
It is now.
Okay.
Is it like, is the ship officially commissioned, or are we just embarking on its trials phase?
It is commissioned. You are taking it out for its...
Okay. Then I'll lean over to Prax and say, perhaps you want to say something for the public, commemorating this large occasion. She smiles at Prax. The public's watching.
Open hailing frequencies.
Channel
She
open.
just kind of looks at the council like, don't push it anymore. This is the USS Monarch. We are preparing to depart from Earth space dock. To all the people of Earth, we'd like to thank you for your hard work in construction of this fine vessel, and to all those families that work tirelessly to support them. Once again, we thank you for your hard work, and Godspeed. Monarch out.
Dai will kind of turn her glance. She'll turn her glance away from Prax and seem kind of not impressed. It's kind of like, okay, well, that's what she said. And turn her attention elsewhere.
Aye, Commander, taking us out. 1/4 impulse.
She looks to Dai. We're not the Enterprise, unfortunately.
She exhales. You did a good job, she says, Commander.
And as soon as the ship exits space dock, going to go to warp.
All right. we'll go ahead and jump to scene number 4. So we'll dock you guys a moment. And we'll fast forward time a little bit. And we'll drop you guys out of warp at the coordinates where you're supposed to meet.
Lieutenant DeGrasse, as the shuttle on our scopes.
Roll me reason or control with your science or security difficulty.
Okay. And I'm assuming sensor operations?
Yep.
I can use that as focus. Awesome.
Yep, and then the ship can assist with sensor science. And then your advanced sensors knocks the difficulty down 1 if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So this will be a difficulty of 1 actually. So you will get 2 momentum out of this. So you're up to 4.
Woo! Sir, there's no sign of the shuttle on long-range sensors. However, I have detected a runabout on a heading towards our position.
Hail the runabout.
Frequencies open.
This is the Federation starship Monarch. Please state your identification.
This is the runabout, Quick Sunrise. Commander Murita Sue, I'm to rendezvous with your ship.
Do you have Captain Zorvas with you?
No, I do not.
Please state identification code. Or, sorry, please transmit identification code for verification purposes.
I'll reach out my emotions towards that vessel if they're close enough.
She taps the comms, and she sends a standard Starfleet verification code.
Lieutenant, can you verify those codes for me, please?
The counselor would feel a very cold mind.
Which lieutenant is handling that?
DeGrasse. Or actually, no, Lieutenant Casey. Sorry, he's security.
Perfect. And the code checks out, Commander.
Very well. What's the name of the runabout? It's out of game.
He did
Quick
mention
Sunrise,
it. I forgot what it was something like that.
Yeah, Sunrise will do.
Okay, Sunrise. Runabout Sunrise, you are clear to dock in Shuttle Bay 2.
As you wish. I have a question.
Certainly.
What is the status of the Monarch? Asking for my verification code was overly precaution.
That's standard procedure.
Indeed, she says.
They're not in the video view screen, right? No, they're not in the video view screen. Nobody said anything about video, so cool. She leans over towards the commander. She says something wrong. She says to the commander.
It's Bakir, that's all, Commander. Ensign, if you can move us within range of the runabout so they can have clear access to dock. Sunrise, if there's anything else, you're clear to dock.
Thank you.
Where do you think the captain is, Commander? Were they supposed to be on that shuttle?
No, but they're supposed to be in this vicinity. Monarch out. Lieutenant DeGrasse, widen your search. Let's see if we can't look for the captain's shuttle.
I'll try my best, sir.
All right, we'll get back to your role later. We'll say that you are working on it.
Okay.
And then we'll go ahead and fast forward to the shuttle landing.
Meanwhile, Counselor, let's go meet our guest.
Sure. She gets up. She will follow. And when she goes to follow, I will follow Brad.
Lieutenant Casey, you have the bridge.
Understood, Commander. He gets up and moves to the chair.
The lieutenant gets the big chair, first mission in.
Good luck.
All right, we'll go ahead and open the doors to the shuttle bay. And the runabout has just come in for the land. And out steps Commander Saru.
And she steps out. She's wearing a command uniform. She's 5'8". She has long raven black hair. She has dark eyes. She's got a very serious expression on her face. She has pointed ears, and anyone that looks at her would assume that she's probably a Vulcan. She has her arms clasped at her back, and she approaches the two.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Commander, she says, and she noticing the pips. I've been assigned to the ship.
I haven't received any official orders. Do you have any with you to clarify?
Yes, she says. And she looks behind her. She kind of like clicks her fingers, and one of the security guys comes out with a pad. She takes the pad from it, she enters in her code, and she hands the pad to her.
And what is on the pad?
The pad...
She takes the pad and she looks at it, but... Yeah.
The pad has a basic crew assignment. She's been assigned to the ship, and it's just got her name, her rank, and that she's been assigned here. She's to assist in any way possible.
I'm Counselor Dai. She puts her hand out to shake her hand.
The other woman looks at her hand for a moment, and then she takes her hand very briefly and shakes it, and then puts her hands back behind her.
She has an incredibly soft hand. Not somebody that will probably seen a lot of hard work.
She raises a right eyebrow.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Commander.
She nods curtly to the counselor.
Does the pad indicate what your previous posting was?
Yes, she was posted at the Starbase. She was listed as head of security. She appears to have specializations in counterinsurgency, hostage negotiation, and things of that ilk. She's a boots on the ground kind of.
It's quite an impressive resume you have here, Commander Sarul.
Thank you, Commander.
And I am Commander Israel Prax, by the way. I am the first officer of this vessel. Of course, currently I am acting captain until the captain arrives. We are supposed to meet him in this rendezvous point. Do you have any ideas as to his potential whereabouts?
Her eyebrows kind of knit together a bit. She says, I do not. What are these coordinates? Did you have coordinates to meet him specifically?
That is correct.
Might I know them? She says.
We're at the coordinates, Commander.
Do the coordinates correlate with the ones that I got from the hostel? She says, is there somewhere where we can go and talk?
Yes, we can talk in the captain's ready room. Do you follow
Very
me?
good. Please, she says.
She says, would you like me to join you, Prax?
Yes, that'll be fine.
All right, to the ready room we go.
Okay. Saru walks in. She doesn't take a seat, and she stands.
Dai also stands.
She kind of glances around the room, and she stands with her back facing away from the door to where she's looking constantly where the door is. They would notice this. She looks over at the commander and she says, I obtained some information during a hostage rescue. It would appear that I'm assuming that you received the broadbanded message that everyone else got, she says.
That is correct.
She takes the pad and she enters in another code and the information that she got, the message, flashes up on the pad and she hands the pad to the commander. This is not a coincidence.
And
I just gave Prax the info.
I'll be monitoring his emotions this time.
This is very disturbing, Commander.
Agreed.
She hands the pad over to Dai.
She will take a look down at it. But if his emotions are any telltale sign, she knows that it's not good news.
Where did you get this information from, Commander, if I can ask?
Hostages were taken on Earth. I was sent in to rescue them, which I did. One of my security detail found this pad on one of the suspects. We cracked the code on it and was given this information. I decided to take the shuttlecraft and investigate. And this is where we found us. Your ship appeared to be following. We made contact. Although I didn't detect any debris field, did the Monarch detect any debris?
I currently have our chief science officer conducting a thorough sensor sweep of the area.
All right, I'm going to pause your dialogue right there for one moment so I can go ahead and do the check with the science officer. DeGrasse, roll me reason or control plus science or security difficulty 3.
Okay. Do we have any momentum?
You have 4.
Or is that we have 4? Yeah, I'll give you 1 moment, or I'll take 1 momentum for an extra die. Oh, wow.
Ship, please. Sensor science, so this will actually be a difficulty 2 task.
So,
This will be a success. This will be a success at cost. So I'll give him the info that I can, and then you guys continue your roleplay. And at some point, he'll radio in.
Is the captain in danger? She looks at Rex.
Potentially, if they found this at some sort of site that they raided, there's a good chance that the captain is definitely in danger. The only ones that knew this coordinates were myself, the captain, and then someone at Starfleet headquarters.
Permission to put an away team together, she says. Maybe if we take a couple shuttles, we could get a better lay of the land, long distance wise.
Saru watches the exchange between the two.
DeGrasse to Commander Prax.
Go ahead.
Sir, it appears that there may be debris near the coordinates that we were given.
Have Helm lay in a course for the debris field.
Aye, sir. And DeGrasse relays the command to Helm.
And everyone feels the ship go.
Perhaps we should be on the bridge, Commander.
Indeed, we shall. Prax enters the bridge.
I'll go sit in the counselor's. I'll go sit. No, I'm gonna go sit in the Exo's chair.
Casey will call Captain on the bridge and then walk off.
Saru exits the room last. And she goes, and she stands where the 3 chairs are. She stands behind.
Behind. What?
Kind of behind them, towards the back of the bridge.
Okay.
You can have a seat, Commander Saru.
Thank you, she says. And she goes to the seat that was indicated and sits down.
Coming up on the coordinates now.
Are we still at yaw alert? Probably not, right?
I would imagine with that being Starfleet's.
Yeah, it's kind of mandatory right now.
Okay.
Let's get a sensor scan on that debris field, Lieutenant.
All right, sir.
Lieutenant Casey, also see if there's any other ships in the area.
Understood.
Okay, so with the success cost, I'm going to go ahead and do the cost now. This is going to be a difficulty 4 task using reason or control plus science with a complication range of 2.
Okay.
So, hey, Degas, you have bold science, so make
Yeah,
sure
I
you
was
give him
gonna
threat.
take a
so you get
threat. Yeah.
Is
You
a
said,
security?
And then,
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
but
I was gonna say, is a security guard? Is a security officer on the bridge?
I'm on the bridge.
Okay, cool, cool. If he wasn't, I was gonna call him to the bridge. Sweet.
So yeah, so
you said it was
the
difficulty
science
4?
So the science task is going to be reason or control with science, difficulty 4, complication range.
You may want to use your determination on this.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
You have to set a value for it, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which one. Let's say, yeah, I'm going to go with an independent mind as a sharp mind. Actually, well, let's go with discipline as a chief virtue. This is a very focused task, and discipline could come in very handy there.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Thank you. And what is it? What exactly does that do?
So when you use your determination to purchase a dice, the dice is considered to already have rolled a natural 1. So right off the bat, you would have 2 successes. But it does count as a dice roll if you still need to purchase more dice.
So, but yeah,
Gotcha.
give him a
Makes
threat,
sense.
and we can spend 1 momentum, and you can roll 3 dice. If you want to go to 4 dice, it will be a total cost of 5 through threats and momentum. Just depends on how many dice you want to roll.
Yeah.
And the ship
Well, I'm
does
getting-
get an assist with sensor science, so it will be a difficulty 3 because of your sensor.
Okay. But if I
would just
spent
do the 1 dice
determination,
purchase then.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
just give him-
Just roll 3 die and 1 threat. So that's what I'll do.
Yep. So you guys are down to 2 momentum, and I gain 8.
I am definitely going to re-roll one of those. Oh my gosh! Wow.
We're not playing D&D, just so you're aware, all right?
All right. So I have 2 complications, huh?
So real quick, we're gonna spend 2 threat to get rid of one of those complications,
Okay.
and yeah, I guess take 2 threat as well to get rid of the other one.
All right. So you're spending your 2 momentum and giving me 2 threat to get rid of the complications.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Sir, the debris appears to be consistent with a Federation shuttlecraft. I do detect an ion trail leading away from the debris. Coordinates 1374 Mark 2024.
Okay, I believe you have 2 free questions because of your position, and I think you took studious, right?
I did, yes.
Okay. So yeah, you have those questions. I'm gonna let you think of them.
Okay. So I'm specifically asking questions like in relation
to
to
get
what I just
more,
found.
yeah, to get more information from it is what these are for.
Gotcha. Okay, so my first out of my, I guess, 2 free questions. Is there any way for me to detect what type of craft that ion trail is associated with?
I will allow and give you that information.
Please say it's Borg. Please say it's Borg. He lied to us. It's a Borg cube.
Okay.
I have enough threat for a sphere.
Okay. Can
But then you have
I
one more
tell?
question. Yeah, you could
Okay.
tell them that info and then get back to the second question.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Sir, it looks like the ion trail is consistent. Uh, appears to be consistent with a Federation style craft.
Any indication what type of Federation craft?
That will be my question.
I'm going to spend 2 threat here to change the answer.
Sir, unfortunately, I can't determine the type of craft. Only that it's Federation.
Very well. Any life signs? Which I think we're out of free questions as it is. So
You are. But that would be a difficulty 0. There are no life signs in the debris.
she
F.
kind of look. Uh, so Prax kind of looks to Diego, raises an eyebrow.
She says, "Let me see if I can feel anything out there, sir." And she will attempt to reach out with the force.
Use the forks, Luke.
Use the forks. Yeah, I'm going to use my forks and try to see if I can feel a presence out there. How do you want me to do that? Do you want to do it with presence command or?
Nope, I just sent you the info.
Oh, did everybody hear me or no?
Nope.
Nobody heard me. Oh yeah, I did. Do you? I'll reach out with the forks and see if I can detect or feel anybody out there. How do you want me to do that as far as a roll, or do you just want me not to roll?
I sent you a message.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I do that to help facilitate the role play.
Sure.
Is the reason I send it to you guys.
She closes her eyes and she focuses very intentively. She knows that their captain is the most important person on the ship. He's not here. There's nothing out there, sir. She says, I don't feel anything.
Helm, Lieutenant DeGrosse, transfer the ion trail to Helm, and Helm will lay in a course for pursuit. And
Aye,
then she
Commander.
she looks to Saru, is like, whatever information else you can give me, now would be a good time.
She looks over at the commander and says, I didn't have time to interrogate the operatives that we took, though I do think they're related to this anti-non-human group within the Federation that has risen up. Your captain, what species is he?
Andorian.
Ah, logical that he'd be a target then.
I believe pretty much everyone on board the ship would be a target.
Why is it logical that he specifically would be a target, Commander?
He's the most important person on the ship, and he is non-human. Does he... She looks back to Prax. Did he have any enemies? People with grudges? Someone that might want to capitalize on his harm?
Not that I'm aware of, though. The captain and I do go way back, though we've lost touch bases over the past 3 years since the Dominion War.
Is there any type of suspected name of any type of terrorist group or anything you can tell us as far as that's concerned, Commander?
She doesn't know, is there? She will... She will turn to her little computer that they have on the sides of the chairs, and she will access the ship's computer. She's going to have a look through intelligence records and see if there's any indications, like is there any patterns, or the message, did it have any sort of hallmarks of any existing terrorist group?
Commander Saru, roll me Insight Security. I'm going to make this a difficulty 4 check. And it could be assisted by the ship's computers and security. And while that's happening, Lieutenant Casey, go ahead and roll me your Reason Security.
Yeah. So
difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's sensor security.
So how do I add the difficulty level? That's where I got confused.
The difficulty level is just the number of successes you need.
Okay, so I don't have to hit anything on the character sheet.
Correct, yeah. It's just roll the dice, and if you get number of successes equal or greater than...
And then I roll the ship's character sheet as well, right?
Yep, perfect. And you will bank 2 momentum from that, actually.
Perfect.
So you guys are up to 2 momentum, and then
I will give you a threat for another dice, and I will burn my determination. Good enough is never good enough.
Perfect. So it'll be 2 threat to roll that other dice, though.
Yeah, no worries.
Because right now you're not good enough, Lex. No, just kidding.
And then the assist for the commander will be... what did I say? Computers.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good enough.
Right, I said that was difficulty 4, right? So you'll bank 1 more momentum from that. Okay. All right, so Commander Saru, you were looking for patterns in terrorist organizations.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you 1 name.
Anybody but Sloan.
As she's looking through a database, she notices the name come up. And she looks over at the other commander and she says, there are links in their lexicography and in the way they presented their message and their criminality. I would say it's the terrorist group Terra Nova.
I thought that group was wiped out over 150 years ago.
Perhaps they're a copycat organization.
Perhaps someone's leading us to believe that it's actually them.
Potentially. Hopefully this ion trail, though, will give us some more answers.
Good work, Commander. She looks over. And she says that with a great deal of sincerity.
And Lieutenant Casey, I believe I gave you some info.
Okay. Commander, we've detected a ship matching the ion trail from the site of the debris about half a light year away.
Helm, set an intercept course.
Aye, Commander, adjusting course to intercept.
Shipwide speaker, please.
I need that whistle too. Channels up.
This is Commander Prax. I want all stations battle readiness. I know all of you are still new to this action, but it appears that there's been a situation that has developed. Prax out.
Would you like me to bring the ship to red alert, Captain?
Not yet. We'll remain at yellow. Let's not tip our hat just yet.
And the ship will drop out of warp, having reached the intercept.
Lieutenant DeGrasse, any information on that vessel in the database? Or Lieutenant
One moment,
Casey?
sir.
Whoever wants to roll, I will make this a reason and either probably a reason security check. I'll make it a difficulty 3. Computers security will be the assist.
I have really low reason but high maximum security.
I have really high reason and moderate security, but given the way I just rolled, I don't know if that's gonna.
How much momentum do we have?
Nice.
This is your chance. You can do
You
it.
have 3 momentum.
Shh, I'll do it, guys. Heck that. Whatever. Reason security. I got an 8 and I got a 2. That's 10, so we'll just roll with that.
They're both 13. They're rolling both a total of 13, so either or does not matter.
Whatever. I'll go with it at my 10. That's fine.
Casey, it's all you, buddy. Go for it.
All right. So it was reason security. Perfect.
And you know what? I'm going to spend 4. Let's up the complication range to 3.
Oh, that's 3 successes there.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Good job. So you guys had it.
Usually I'm a shit roller, so this is going very well.
You guys got this. You can do this.
Well, low is very good at this game, so.
Yeah. Commander, the ship is registered to a Federation trading company. However, according to our records, the ship has been decommissioned since stardate 509032.3.
Can you say the start date one more time? Say 5-3.
50932.3.
That's been a while. It's been a few years then.
I don't remember how the Stardate system works, so.
Somebody else explain that to me after the game because I know it'll take a while.
I can explain to you guys how the star dates work. It's relatively easy once it's explained to you.
But yeah, the first number was 50, so that was essentially 3 years ago.
That's the Stardate.
Oh, 5093.3. Okay, then never mind. That's
No,
long.
hold on. You missed a number.
Okay. I said that's the
509.
TOS era.
That's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Okay, yeah,
That's
all right.
I forgot the 2 at the end there.
Okay.
That was a long time ago.
So yeah, that was a roughly 3 years ago.
They're using an Apollo lunar lander.
And what was the name of the vessel?
I did not get a name, only that it was a Federation merchant ship.
Feel free to make up a name. Names are irrelevant.
The Blazing Star Voyager. That's what it is. The Blazing Star Voyager. SS Blazing Star Voyager.
The commander glances over at Prax. She says, a burner ship, I would suggest.
Potentially. Lieutenant DeGrasse, scan for life forms on the vessel.
All right.
Aye, sir.
This is going to be. It's going to be a. Let's call it reason science, because I'm pretty sure your medical still is bad.
Very much so.
Yes, so we'll make it science. I'm going to start the difficulty at 2, but I have all this wonderful threat.
Can I
I'm
also
going to
reach out with my mind?
I'm going to up it to difficulty 5, and I'm going to give it a complication range of 2.
Wow. Okay.
So you can give him. You
Yeah.
can roll 5 dice, so you can give him 3 threat and 3 momentum. Or you can, if you really want to. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna give you my determination. So.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
The reason why I'm gonna give you my determination is like, Lieutenant Gross, I need to know who is aboard that ship.
Will do.
That was Exo's deal that does that, right?
It's Captain's.
Yeah.
So.
Wee bit rusty. Bear with.
Yeah. Exo is 3 momentum, so
that
give up my determination.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes.
So DeGrasse, you have a point of determination back given to you from the captain, and that counts as a spend, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Immediate spend.
No, it doesn't count as immediate spend. He just gets it back, or he just gets one that he can use. Yeah. He still has to set a value to use it.
Yeah, I was thinking for you, like, did it count as a spend for you?
It still costs him 2 momentum to do it, right? To give him that, I think.
No, it costs me. I can do it for free, but it actually does. It actually does not count as a spend for me, though.
Okay.
I'm gonna look up in the rules, but that's how I've been playing in my games. That's how other GMs play it. So.
Right.
It's unfortunate for the captain, because then the captain doesn't get milestones.
Well, that's why I'm asking, because if the rulebook said that it was a determination spend, then you would get the milestone.
Yeah.
In theory.
I'll, for redundancy's sake, also try to reach out with my minds.
Actually, it does. It says in the rulebook, the commanding officer may spend a point of determination to grant any other character that they can communicate with 1 point of determination. This does not does not have to be linked to a value.
There you go.
So I've been doing it wrong the entire time as a GM. I learn something new every day.
Yeah, and that's what I thought. I thought it was an actual spend because, like, I try to look at that language for milestones.
I think in the earlier versions of the book, it was not as clear. I'm using the latest version on the PDF, so.
Oh, I mean, it's written that way in my book, and I bought the book almost right out of the gates. Doesn't matter. Time for the roll.
Cool. Okay, so I have to select a value. Can I select the same value as I selected last time?
What was the value?
The one I selected last time was discipline is a chief virtue.
So as long as you don't cross out the value, you could keep using it as many times as you have determination. And the only way you would cross it out really is if you challenged it, which you're not doing in this case.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I would like to use that same value. Discipline is a chief virtue.
Mm-hmm.
To focus my efforts.
All right, so I put the base difficulty at 5 with a complication range of 2. Your advanced sensors will bring the difficulty back down to 4. And you spent your point of determination. So you're already at 2 successes. So now it would be time for you to determine if you want to buy more dice or chance it with.
Well, give him a threat and we can spend 1 momentum so you roll 3. That way you get the reroll in case you do roll a 20 again.
For the 4th time? Yeah. I'll do that.
And then so it's difficulty 4. You could I don't know, we can chance it. We already got enough dice rolling. So with the ship and then 3 from you plus your determination spend.
Okay.
I don't know, it's up to you.
Nah. So. Let's do it. Here goes nothing. Hey.
Good job, man.
Yeah. Kind of came back to me that time.
That was a natural 1 and a 2. Yeah.
It's a total of 9.
Oh, woo! Yeah, it is. And I said that was a difficulty 4, so you have 1 floating momentum, and you're scanning for life signs, so let me give you those.
He just loves scanning for life forms.
Commander, it looks like there are about 50 life signs on board the freighter, most of which are human, but specifically I found 1 Andorian.
And you do have free questions and momentum to ask questions if you need.
Is it always 2 free questions?
With you, yes. If you're using sensors, if you're using sensors on the ship, and then your studious gives you that as well to obtain it.
Awesome. Well, my first question is going to be, can I more specifically find out who that Andorian is? Like, can I find their identity?
I'm thinking on that. You just rolled so well, I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, give it. Shit.
Yeah.
Kicking butt, taking names.
The life sign signatures that I'm detecting, they look consistent with the captain, Commander.
What is the status of their shields and armaments?
That will be my question. Shields are up, weapons are armed.
And you guys do have one momentum to use or lose in the obtained information.
What is
Commander,
their? Go ahead.
Commander, I recommend red alert.
Just real quick on the last question here. Does anyone have a idea?
Are they a? Obviously, they're no match for us. Obviously, right? So that I don't want to ask that question if it's obvious.
Yeah, I was thinking about looking for any other, things that might be an issue, right? So,
Is there any
I don't
evidence
want
of
to say booby
refitting
traps or
aboard this?
something. But
Well, they
What
might
was that?
kill the captain.
Yeah, that's true.
That's probably why they have them. It's their only guarantee of safety.
Cyril, did you say something? Because people were talking around each other at the same
I
time.
wondered if their ship had been refitted.
It's actually a pretty good question to ask for our last free question here. So
Yeah, it is.
Refitted how?
Improved shields, weapons, that kind of thing.
I will take it. It's pretty standard for a scale 3 frigate.
They're obviously holding them hostage. Did he confirm that order on going to red alert?
no. I was gonna cut in the roleplay after we get the questions asked. All hands, red alert.
All right, so question. Do you want the Voyager red alert or the TNG red alert?
Voyager.
Yeah, Voyager.
Nice.
Saru looks over at Prax. She says, logically, they know that they can't beat us. They can't run from us. We could outrun them. We could destroy them. That means they must negotiate.
We don't want to scare
I
them.
would suggest starting there.
Perhaps a
Well, I'm
prisoner
hoping-
exchange, Captain.
We don't have a prisoner on board to exchange with the counselor. I'm
Me,
hoping...
she says, I'm an alien. She says, they would take me. She says,
Giving another prisoner to a terrorist group is unwise.
as a trade, she looks over.
Again,
Hopefully let's
unwise.
not come to that. Bring us within range. Ops, open a hailing frequency to the vessel.
All right. The freighter frigate, whatever I called it, they open a channel, and on the view screen, you see the captain tied up in a chair, and a human male, kind of on the older side with graying hair, says, "We have your captain. Do not interfere with our plans, or he will be killed." And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where I am going to end it for today.